In this video, we're going to start putting wood on our model house. Concrete's completely ready. We've got our footing and foundation, our beam pockets, and our block out done. And now we're going to start by putting the posts on top of these spot footings, and that will support the beam. If we look at our plan, we see that we have posts that sit on top of the footing, and they support the beam, which supports the floor joists. And so these posts are labeled as 4x4 posts, and they sit directly under the beam. So they're centered in the footing. So we'll go back to our model. Now we know that a 4x4 post, that's a nominal dimension. The actual dimension is 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. And if we want the 3.5 inch by 3.5 inch post to sit directly in the center of this 2x2, 2 foot by 2 foot footing, then I wanted the corners of that post so that I can make a square and then extrude that square out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw guidelines. I'm not going to edit, so I'm not going to double click on the concrete. I don't want to edit the concrete. I want to add a component on top. And so I'm going to draw guidelines down, and I'm going to make that guideline 10.25. Okay, and then I'm going to come this side and make this guideline 10.25. 10.25 inches plus 1 3/4 inches will give us to the center. Okay, 1 3/4 inches is half of 3.5. So what I'm doing is trying to select the outside corner of that 3.5 by 3.5 square. And so I draw a square and I say 3.5 comma 3.5. And my hope now is that this square is in the center of this footing. And it's always good to double check. I'm going to first pull this square. I'm going to pull it up, and I'm going to match this height over here, okay? Because that's going to be the height of the beam. So I'm going to match the bottom height of the beam. And now I want to see if my dimensions are correct. I know it's 10.25 inches to here and 10.25 to here. So let me double check here and see what it is from here to here. Oh, good, it's 10.25. And then from here to here. Oh, look, it's 10.25. So we've placed it correctly. Okay, so now I can come to the other footings. I can draw guidelines from this edge that goes over 10.25. I can draw a guideline from this edge that goes over 10.25. And now I can do my squares again. And I can make it 3.5 comma 3.5. And then I can do another one over here. And I can make it 3.5 comma 3.5. And then what I'll do is I'll go to my push-pull tool, and I will raise these up to match this height. So they're all the same height. Okay. And now I have my columns. I want to tag them, and I want to color them the color of wood. So I'm going to go into my tags. I'm going to add a tag. I'm going to click on the name, and I'm going to call it posts. Okay. Then I'm going to get rid of my foundation and my footing. I'm going to eliminate my dimensions. I don't want anything in the way here. Okay, I've got some interesting stray lines out here with the beam pockets and so forth that we made. We'll address those later. I'll get rid of my guidelines just for fun. All I'm left with now are the posts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight my post. I'm going to right click on it and make it a group. Okay, I'm going to highlight the other post and right click on it and make it a group. Now I could have just done one post and then copied it, but this was so easy to do that I just chose to do it this way. And then I'm going to, I'm going to right click, go to entity information and call it a post. Okay, select, right click, entity information, hit the untagged and call it a post. Select, right click, entity information, untagged, post. Now they're all labeled as posts. I'm going to go into my my paint feature, click on the green wood color that I use, and I'm going to color all my posts the same color. And now I can go back to tags and I can turn on my footing and my foundation, and I've got my post in and ready for my beam.